Is grammar? Grammar refers to the system and structure of a language. It includes the rules that govern how sentences are formed, how words are combined, and how meaning is conveyed. By learning the basic rules of grammar, you will improve your ability to communicate clearly and effectively in English. Why is grammar important? Clarity. Good grammar ensures that your message is clear and easily understood by others. Confidence. Understanding grammar will make you more confident in speaking and writing. Professionalism. In many situations, especially in work and study, correct grammar is necessary for presenting a professional image. Accuracy. Grammar helps you use the right words in the right order to convey exactly what you mean. Course objectives. By the end of this course, you will be able to 1. Identify the different parts of speech, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, etc. 2. Form basic sentence structures using proper subject-verb agreement. 3. Use correct tenses, present, past, and future, to describe actions. 5. Apply punctuation rules to sentences. 5. Write simple sentences and paragraphs that are grammatically correct. Key topics covered. 1. Parts of speech. Learn about nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. 2. Sentence structure. Understand how to form simple, compound, and complex sentences. 3. Tenses. Explore how to use the present, past, and future tenses correctly. 4. Articles and determiners. Master the use of a, an, and the in sentences. 5. Prepositions. Learn how to use prepositions to describe relationships between objects and actions. 6. Conjunctions. Connect sentences and ideas using conjunctions such as and, but, and because. 7. Punctuation. Practice using commas, periods, question marks, and more to make your writing clear and readable. Learning approach. Throughout the course, you will engage in interactive exercises. Apply grammar rules through practice activities. Quizzes. Test your understanding of the material. Writing assignments. Put your grammar knowledge into practice by writing sentences and short paragraphs. Conclusion. Mastering basic English grammar is an essential first step in becoming proficient in English. With dedication and practice, you will improve your language skills, which will enhance your ability to communicate confidently in various settings. Let's get started on your journey to learning English grammar. One of the trickiest parts about using a and an is that English pronunciation doesn't always follow spelling patterns. For instance, a house. House begins with the consonant sound H. An air. In air, the H is silent, so it starts with the vowel sound ear. A history book. Here, the H is pronounced, making it a consonant sound, so A is used. Adjectives before nouns. When an adjective comes before a noun, the choice of a or an depends on the sound of the adjective, not the noun. For example, a big elephant. Even though elephant starts with a vowel sound, the article is based on big, which starts with the consonant B. An interesting book. Here, the adjective interesting begins with a vowel sound, so an is used. Special cases. Some words, particularly those borrowed from other languages or those that have different regional pronunciations, may cause confusion when choosing between a and an. Let's look at a few common special cases. Words starting with H. Whether you use a or an before an H word depends on whether the H is pronounced. An heir, an honor, an hour. In these cases, the H is silent, so the words begin with vowel sounds, and an is used. A hotel, a house, a history. Here, the H is pronounced, so a is used. It's worth noting that some people, particularly in British English, may say an hotel or an historic, but this is less common in modern usage and in American English, where a hotel or a historic is more standard. Words starting with U. Words that start with the letter U can be tricky because U can represent both a vowel sound and a consonant sound. A university, a uniform, a unit. In these cases, the U makes a Jew sound, like the Y in U, which is a consonant sound, so A is used. An umbrella, an uncle, an unusual event. Here, the U makes a vowel sound, mund, so an is used. Words starting with O. Words starting with O can also be confusing. An orange, an octopus, an opportunity. These words begin with the vowel sound A or O. A one-time event, a one-year plan. In these cases, one starts with the W sound, a consonant sound, so A is used. Abbreviations and acronyms. When dealing with abbreviations and acronyms, the choice between A and an is determined by how the abbreviation is pronounced, not the first letter of the written abbreviation. A UFO. The abbreviation UFO is pronounced UFO, starting with a J sound, which is a consonant sound, so A is used. An FBI agent. FBI is pronounced FBI, so the first sound is a vowel, and an is used. A NATO representative. NATO is pronounced as a word, NATO, starting with a consonant sound, so A is used. An MBA degree. MBA is pronounced MBA, starting with the vowel sound E, so an is used. Numbers can also be tricky when determining whether to use a or an. Again, it depends on the sound of the number. An 18-year-old student. 18 starts with a vowel sound, so an is used. A 1-hour delay. 1 begins with a W sound, so A is used. A and an in fixed expressions. There are some fixed expressions in English that always use a or an, regardless of whether the word following it begins with a vowel or consonant sound. These expressions are idiomatic and don't follow the typical rules. A lot of. This phrase always uses a, even though lot begins with an L, a consonant sound. An all-time high. In this expression, an is used even though all-time starts with a vowel sound. Conclusion. In summary, the use of a and an is guided by the sound that follows the article, not necessarily the letter that starts the word. This distinction is crucial for fluency and correct grammar in English. While the basic rule, use a before consonant sounds and an before vowel sounds, covers most cases, attention to pronunciation, exceptions, and specific word patterns is key to mastering the indefinite article system. Singular and plural nouns are essential concepts in English grammar. Let's break down how they work, the rules for forming plurals, and the exceptions to those rules. What are singular and plural nouns? Singular nouns refer to one person, place, thing, or idea. Example, cat, book, child. Plural nouns refer to more than one person, place, thing, or idea. Example, cats, books, children. General rules for forming plural nouns. 1. Most nouns simply add s to become plural. Singular, dog, plural, dogs. Singular, car, plural, cars. 2. Nouns ending in s, ss, esh, esh, x, or z add s to form the plural. Singular, bus, plural, buses. Singular, box, plural, boxes. Singular, church, plural, churches. Singular, buzz, plural, buzzes. 3. Nouns ending in a consonant, plus. I change the y to ies in the plural form. Singular, baby, plural, babies. Singular, city, plural, cities. 4. Nouns ending in a vowel, plus. Y simply add s. Singular, key, plural, keys. Singular, day, plural, days 5. Nouns ending in f or fe change the f to ves to form the plural. Singular, leaf, plural, leaves. Singular, wife, plural, wives. 6. Nouns ending in o generally add s if they end in a consonant. Singular, potato, plural, potatoes. Singular, hero, plural, heroes. However, some nouns ending in o only add s. Singular, piano, plural, pianos. Singular, photo, plural, photos, irregular. Plural, nouns. English has several irregular nouns that don't follow the typical rules for forming plurals. These must be memorized as they are exceptions. 1. Words that completely change form. Singular, man, plural, men. Singular, woman, plural, women. Singular, child, plural, children. Singular, foot, plural, feet. Singular, tooth, plural, teeth. Singular, mouse, plural, mice. Singular, goose, plural, geese. 2. Nouns that stay the same in both singular and plural. Singular sheep, plural sheep. Singular fish, plural fish, though fishes can be used when referring to different species. Singular deer, plural deer. Singular species, plural species. 3. Nouns borrowed from Latin or Greek sometimes retain their original plural forms. Singular, criterion, plural, criteria. Singular, phenomenon, plural, phenomena. Singular, datum, plural, data. Singular, analysis, plural, analyses. Singular, basis, plural, bases. Special cases. 1. Plural of compound nouns. For compound nouns, The main noun usually takes the plural form. Singular, mother-in-law. Plural, mothers-in-law. Singular, passerby. Plural, passers-by. 2. Uncountable nouns. Some nouns in English are uncountable, meaning they don't have a plural form. These include abstract ideas, substances, or things that are considered as a whole rather than individual parts. Examples: water, information, furniture, money, advice. To refer to a quantity of these, we use expressions like a piece of information, a glass of water, an item of furniture. 3. Collective nouns. These nouns refer to a group but are treated as singular or plural depending on the context or regional differences in usage. Singular, the team is winning. Plural, the team are arguing with each other. Common collective nouns include team, family, committee, class, herd, flock. Conclusion: understanding singular and plural nouns is essential for proper grammar and communication in English. While most nouns follow regular patterns, irregular nouns and special cases need to be memorized. The rules above will help you form plurals accurately and recognize common exceptions. Subjective pronouns are pronouns that serve as the subject of a sentence. They replace nouns, people, places, things, or ideas that perform the action in a sentence. Subjective pronouns are essential for avoiding repetition and making sentences clearer. List of subjective pronouns. The main subjective pronouns in English are I, first person singular; you, second person singular and plural; he, third person singular, male; she, third person singular, female; it, third person singular, for things, animals, or ideas; we, first person plural; they, third person plural. Functions of subjective pronouns. Subjective pronouns are used to 1. Indicate who or what is performing an action. Example: he is running fast. 2. Avoid repeating the subject of the sentence. Instead of saying, John went to the store, John bought some milk, you can say, John went to the store. He bought some milk. Examples of subjective pronouns in sentences. I love to read books. Here, I is the subject who loves to read. You are my best friend. In this case, you is the subject who is the best friend. He plays basketball on weekends. He replaces a male noun and is the subject. She is a talented musician. She is the subject and refers to a female. It is raining outside. It refers to the weather or an unspecified situation. We are going on a trip. We refers to a group including the speaker. They are studying for their exams. They is used for more than one person or thing. When to use each pronoun. I. Use I when you are talking about yourself as the subject of the sentence. Example: I am learning English. You. Use you when speaking to someone directly, whether it's one person or a group of people. Example: you are very kind. He, she. use he for males and she for females. Example, he is my brother. She is my sister. It. Use it for animals, if gender is unknown or irrelevant, objects, or abstract ideas. Example, it is a sunny day. We. Use we when you are part of a group performing the action. Example, we are going to the party. They. Use they when referring to more than one person, thing, or group. Example, they have finished their homework. Subjective pronouns in questions and negative sentences. Subjective pronouns are used in questions and negative sentences, just as in positive statements. Questions. Are you coming to the meeting? Is she your friend? Negative sentences. I am not hungry. They are not going to the concert. Subjective pronouns and verb agreement. When using subjective pronouns, it's important to ensure that the verb agrees with the subject. This means that the form of the verb changes depending on the pronoun. I am happy. First person, singular. You are late. Second person, singular, plural. He, she, it is tired. Third person, singular. We are ready. First person, plural. They are excited. Third person, plural. Gender-neutral use of they. In modern English, they can also be used as a singular, gender-neutral pronoun. This is becoming increasingly common when the gender of the person is unknown or when referring to someone who identifies as non-binary. Example, someone left their phone here. I hope they come back for it. Conclusion. Subjective pronouns are key to structuring sentences efficiently and clearly. They help us avoid redundancy and specify who or what is performing the action. By understanding and using these pronouns correctly, you can improve your communication and ensure subject-verb agreement. Learning English consonants and vowels. Understanding consonants and vowels is the foundation of learning how to pronounce and spell English words correctly. In the English language, the alphabet is divided into two main categories: consonants and vowels. What are consonants? Consonants are sounds produced by obstructing the airflow in some way while speaking. There are 21 consonant letters in the English alphabet. Consonants: B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. Each consonant represents a specific sound, and some letters can represent more than one sound, depending on their placement in a word. For example, the letter C can have a hard sound as in cat, or a soft sound as in cell. What are vowels? Vowels are sounds made with an open vocal tract, meaning there is no significant blockage of airflow. In English, there are 5 vowel letters. Vowels: A, E, I, O, U. Sometimes the letter Y can function as a vowel depending on its position in a word, as in Jim or happy. Vowels play a crucial role in determining the pronunciation of words. Each vowel can produce different sounds depending on the letters around them and their placement in a word. For example, the vowel A in cat has a short sound, while the A in cake has a long sound. Difference between consonants and vowels. Consonants are usually pronounced with a closure or partial closure of the vocal tract, e.g., B, T, or S. Vowels are pronounced with the vocal tract open, allowing the sound to flow smoothly, e.g., A, E, or O. Types of vowel sounds. There are two main types of vowel sounds. 1. Short vowels. These are quick sounds, usually made with a single vowel, like the sound in cat, short A, pen, short E, sit, short I, dog, short O, cup, short oo. 2. Long vowels. These vowels sound like the name of the letter itself, often represented with a vowel followed by a silent E or a pair of vowels, as in cake, long A, tree, long IE, bike, long I's, boat, long OO, cube, long UU. Practice identifying consonants and vowels. Here are a few practice activities to help you recognize consonants and vowels. 1. Identify the consonants. Look at the following words and pick out the consonants. Word: dog. Consonants: D, G. Word: sand. Consonants: S, N, D, 2. Identify the vowels. Look at the following words and pick out the vowels. Word: apple. Vowels: A, E. Word: tree. Vowels: E, 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 S, M, R. Tips for mastering vowels and consonants. 1. Listen and repeat. Pay attention to how consonants and vowels are pronounced in everyday conversation. Repeat words to yourself to get used to the sounds. 2nd phonetic practice. Learn the phonetic sounds of each vowel and consonant to improve your pronunciation. Practice writing. As you learn new words, practice writing them out while identifying whether the letters are vowels or consonants. Conclusion. Learning the distinction between consonants and vowels is an important first step in mastering English pronunciation and spelling. With practice, you will become more familiar with how these sounds function in words, and this knowledge will improve your reading, writing, and speaking skills. To expand on this and that as demonstrative pronouns, we need to delve deeper into their usage and the various contexts in which they appear. Demonstrative pronouns like this and that point to specific items, people, or concepts and help clarify communication, focusing on proximity, time, or abstract thought. Both have distinct roles in language, grounded in distance, physical or metaphorical, from the speaker. 1. This as a demonstrative pronoun. This is used to indicate something close to the speaker. It can refer to proximity in space, time, or an idea that is fresh or currently being discussed. Usage scenarios. Physical proximity, when the object or subject being referred to is nearby. Example: this chair I'm sitting on is very comfortable. Temporal proximity, when the subject is recent or happening in the present. Example: this week has been extremely hectic at work. Ideas or abstract concepts, when you refer to an idea or concept you are currently discussing or just introduced. Example: I've been thinking about starting a business. This could be a game changer. Introducing people. You can use this when introducing someone close to you. Example: this is my brother Mark. 2. That as a demonstrative pronoun. That is used to indicate something farther away from the speaker, either in terms of physical distance, time, or in an abstract sense, something already mentioned or understood in conversation. Usage scenarios. Physical distance, when the object or subject is not near the speaker. Example: look at that car parked across the street. It's really nice. Temporal distance, when referring to something in the past. Example: that event we attended last year was so much fun. Referring to earlier ideas, when referencing something that was already introduced or mentioned earlier. Example: you remember that story I told you last week? It just got even crazier. Differences in proximity, physical and abstract. The clearest distinction between this and that relates to proximity. This points to things that are immediate or close. That points to things that are distant or separated from the speaker. This proximity isn't limited to physical space. It applies to time and ideas as well. In time, this is used for events happening now or soon, while that is for past events or distant future events. In conversation, this often introduces new topics, while that refers to topics already mentioned. Examples of this versus that. 1. Physical space. This phone in my hand is new. That phone on the shelf is old. 2. Time. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Do you remember that summer we spent at the beach? 3rd, ideas. This idea of combining our efforts could work. That suggestion you made earlier sounded interesting. Extending usage. Demonstrative adjectives. It's worth noting that both this and that can also function as demonstrative adjectives when placed before a noun, rather than acting as pronouns standing in place of the noun. Examples as demonstrative adjectives. This book is mine. This modifies the noun book. That car over there is fast. That modifies car. Plural forms, these versus those. This, these, plural. That, those, plural. Examples: these apples are fresh. This in plural form. Those mountains look far away. That in plural form. Usage in conversations. Clarifying context. This and that are often used to make a point or clarify what is being referred to, especially when multiple subjects or ideas are involved. Example: I have 2 options. This one is cheaper, but that one seems more durable. Bridging ideas. That can be used to tie back to an earlier conversation or topic. Example: remember that time we got lost in the city? That was crazy. Common expressions. This and that. A phrase used colloquially to refer to a variety of things. Example: we talked about this and that during our meeting. What's this? What's that? Common questions to clarify or inquire about something. Example: what's this on the table? Example: what's that over there? Conclusion. The demonstrative pronouns this and that are essential tools in language for indicating and distinguishing between objects, ideas, people, and times based on their proximity to the speaker. Understanding their use enhances clarity and precision in communication, allowing speakers to navigate complex conversations by clearly referring to and differentiating between items of interest. Whether used to talk about something as tangible as a nearby object or as abstract as a concept from a distant memory, this and that give language a spatial and temporal dimension that helps structure thought and dialogue. These and those are the plural forms of the demonstrative pronouns this and that, and they follow similar rules in terms of proximity to the speaker, but they are used when referring to multiple items, people, or concepts. Understanding how to use these and those is essential for distinguishing between plural subjects based on their physical or abstract distance from the speaker. 1. These refers to multiple items that are near the speaker in space, time, or thought. These is the plural of this. Usage scenarios. Physical proximity, when multiple objects are close to the speaker. Example: these books on the table are mine. Temporal proximity, when referring to multiple events or instances happening now or soon. Example: these past few days have been exhausting. Introducing multiple people or concepts, when introducing more than one person or idea. Example: these are my friends, Anna and Tom. Examples: I like these shoes I'm wearing. These apples look fresh and delicious. Can you help me with these boxes? 2. Those refers to multiple items that are farther away from the speaker in space, time, or thought. Those is the plural of that. Usage scenarios. Physical distance, when the objects or people being referred to are far from the speaker. Example: those mountains in the distance are beautiful. Temporal distance, when referring to past events or multiple instances from the past. Example: those days in college were the best. Referring to multiple people or ideas already mentioned, when pointing back to previously discussed or distant topics. Example: those ideas you suggested last week are still worth considering. Examples: those cars across the street are for sale. Do you remember those trips we took as kids? Those shoes you wore last night were fantastic. Summary of differences. These refers to things that are close to the speaker, physically, temporally, or conceptually, and is used in the plural form of this. Those refers to things that are farther away from the speaker and is used in the plural form of that. Examples of these versus those. 1. Physical proximity. These chairs near us are reserved. Those chairs over there are free to use. 2. Time. These last few weeks have been stressful. Those summer vacations we used to take were the best. 3. Abstract ideas. These ideas for the new project are great. Those concepts you mentioned earlier need more work. Common usage and expressions. Comparison. These and those are often used in comparative sentences to distinguish between multiple groups of things. Example: these flowers are prettier than those over there. Clarification. In conversation, when distinguishing between two or more sets of objects or people, these and those provide a way to clarify. Example: are these the documents you wanted, or were they those on the desk? Possessive adjectives are used to show ownership or possession. They modify nouns to indicate that something belongs to someone or something. Each possessive adjective corresponds to a specific subject pronoun: I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Here are the possessive adjectives in English. Subject pronoun: possessive adjective I, my, you, your, he, his, she, her, it, its, we, our, they. They're examples of possessive adjectives in sentences. 1. My. This is my book. 2. Your. Is that your car? 3. His. His jacket is on the chair. Dordonju. Her. I love her new haircut. 5. Its. The cat is licking its paws. 6. Our. Our house is very cozy. 7. Their. Their friends are coming over for dinner. Key points to remember. Possessive adjectives are always placed before the noun they modify. Example: my house, your car, their dog. They do not take an S even when the noun is plural. Example: our books, not ours books, their children. Possessive adjectives are often confused with possessive pronouns, which stand alone and don't modify a noun. Example of a possessive pronoun: mine is on the table. Instead of my book. Possessive pronouns are used to show ownership or possession, just like possessive adjectives. But the key difference is that possessive pronouns replace the noun rather than modify it. They stand alone without a following noun. Here are the possessive pronouns in English: subject, pronoun, possessive, adjective, possessive pronoun: I, my, mine, you, your, yours, he, his, she, her, hers, it, its, does not have one, we, are, ours, they, their, theirs. Examples of possessive pronouns in sentences. 1. Mine. This book is mine. 2. Yours. Is this pen yours? 3. His. That jacket is his. 4. Hers. The car parked outside is hers. 5. Ours. This house is ours. 6. Theirs. Those bikes are theirs. Key points to remember. Possessive pronouns are used when the noun being referred to is understood or already mentioned, so there's no need to repeat it. Example: this is my car becomes this car is mine. Unlike possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns stand on their own without a noun. Example: my car is fast. Mine is fast. Its does not have a possessive pronoun form. When referring to something owned by an inanimate object or animal, if not using his or her, you simply use its as a possessive adjective. Articles are small but important words in English that are used to define nouns. There are two types of articles: indefinite articles, a and an, and the definite article, the. 1. Indefinite articles, a and an. A and an are used when referring to something that is not specific or when it is mentioned for the first time. They are used before singular, countable nouns. A is used before words that begin with a consonant sound. Example: a book, a car, a teacher. An is used before words that begin with a vowel sound, a, e, I, o, u, or a silent h. Example: an apple, an elephant, an hour. Examples: I need a pen. She wants an orange. He bought a house. We need an umbrella. Key points: the choice between a and an depends on the sound of the word that follows, not just the first letter. For example, an hour, because the H is silent and it starts with a vowel sound. A university, because university starts with a U sound, which is a consonant sound. Two. Definite article. The is used when referring to something specific or something that has already been mentioned. It can be used with singular or plural, countable or uncountable nouns. Examples: the book on the table is mine. Specific book. She wants the apple that is on the counter. I saw the dogs playing in the park. Specific dogs. When to use the. When there is only one of something. The moon is bright tonight. The sun rises in the east. When the noun has been mentioned before. I saw a dog. The dog was very friendly. When both the speaker and listener know what is being referred to. Close the door, please. Both know which door. No article, zero article. In some cases, no article is needed, especially with uncountable nouns and plural nouns when talking in general terms. Examples: we need to buy milk. Uncountable noun, no article needed. Dogs are loyal animals. Plural noun, general statement. I love music. Uncountable noun, no article. Summary. A. Used before singular, countable nouns that start with a consonant sound. A dog, a car. An. Used before singular, countable nouns that start with a vowel sound. An egg, an hour. The. Used for specific nouns or when the noun has been mentioned before. The car, the dog. No article, used for general, plural, or uncountable nouns: milk, dogs, music. Here's a simple guide to learning how to use the prepositions in, on, and under. 1. In. Meaning: inside something or enclosed by something. Usage: we use in when something is inside an enclosed space or area. Examples: the cat is in the box. The keys are in my pocket. She is in the room. 2. On. Meaning: resting or positioned on the surface of something. Usage: we use on when something is placed on top of a surface. Examples: the book is on the table. There is a picture on the wall. He sat on the chair. 3. Under. Meaning: beneath or below something. Usage: we use under when something is directly beneath something else. Examples: the dog is under the bed. The shoes are under the table. The pen rolled under the couch. Practice. Where is the apple? Possible answers: in the basket, on the table, under the chair. Where is your phone? Possible answers: in my bag, on the desk, under the pillow. Here's a guide to help you learn basic adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe or give more information about a noun, a person, place, thing, or idea. Common adjectives. 1. Big, large in size. Example: the elephant is big. 2. Small, little in size. Example: the mouse is small. 3. Hot, having a high temperature. Example: the soup is hot. 4. Cold, having a low temperature. Example: the ice cream is cold. 5. Fast, moving quickly. Example: the car is fast. 6. Slow, moving at a low speed. Example: the turtle is slow. 7. Happy, feeling pleasure or contentment. Example: she is happy today. Osme sad, feeling sorrow or unhappiness. Example: he looks sad. 9. Beautiful, pleasing to look at, very attractive. Example: the flowers are beautiful. 10. Ugly, unpleasant to look at. Example: the old house is ugly. 11th tall, greater than average height. Example: the building is very tall. 12th, short, smaller in height. Example: the boy is short. 13. Easy, not difficult to do. Example: the exam was easy. 14. Difficult, hard to do or understand. Example: the math problem was difficult. 15th. Old, having lived for many years. Example: my grandfather is old. 16. Young, having lived for a short time. Example: the baby is young. Have and has are both forms of the verb to have, which is used to show possession, obligation, or as an auxiliary, helping verb in different tenses. Here's a breakdown of when and how to use each. 1. Use of have. Subject pronouns: I, you, we, they. Example: sentences: I have a car. You have an appointment tomorrow. We have 3 cats. They have finished their homework. 2. Use of has. Subject pronouns. He, she, it. Example. Sentences. He has a new bike. She has a beautiful house. It has been a long day. 3. Summary. Use have with plural subjects, except for I and you. Use has with singular third-person subjects, he, she, it. As auxiliary verbs, both have and has are also used as auxiliary, helping verbs to form perfect tenses. I have eaten lunch. She has finished her homework. Don't have and doesn't have are the negative forms of have and has, used to express the absence of possession or something that someone lacks. 1. Use of don't have. Subject pronouns. I, you, we, they. Don't is the contraction of do not. Example. Sentences. I don't have enough time. You don't have a pen. We don't have any homework. They don't have any questions. 2. Use of doesn't have. Subject pronouns. He, she, it. Doesn't is the contraction of does not. Example. Sentences. He doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a car. It doesn't have any sugar in it. 3. Summary. Use don't have with I, you, we, and they. Use doesn't have with he, she, and it. 4. More examples. I don't have money right now. He doesn't have money right now. They don't have any pets. She doesn't have any pets. Here's a grammar checkup on the use of have and has, don't have and doesn't have, and how to form questions using have. 1. Have and has. Correct usage. Have is used with I, you, we, they. Has is used with he, she, it. Example. Sentences. I have a dog. He has a car. They have finished their homework. She has 2 siblings. 2. Don't have and doesn't have. Correct usage. Don't have, do not have, is used with I, you, we, they. Doesn't have, does not have, is used with he, she, it. Example. Sentences. I don't have a bike. She doesn't have any friends in that city. We don't have enough time to finish the project. He doesn't have the keys. 3. Asking questions using have. To ask questions using have or has, we change the structure of the sentence to put the helping verb do or does at the beginning of the question. Rule. Use do with I, you, we, they. Use does with he, she, it. Question structure. Do plus subject plus have plus object. Does plus subject plus have plus object. Example. Questions. Do you have a pet? Does she have a new book? Do they have any plans for the weekend? Does it have enough fuel? Practice sentences. Try turning the following statements into questions. They have a new car. Do they have a new car? She has a meeting today. Does she have a meeting today? You have a ticket. Do you have a ticket? He has an appointment. Does he have an appointment? Present simple tense. The present simple tense is used to describe actions or situations that are habitual, regular, or true in the present. It's also used to express facts or general truths. 1. Structure of the present simple tense. For positive sentences, subject plus base form of the verb, V1. For he, she, it, add s or s to the base form of the verb. Examples: I work every day. She works at a bank. They play soccer on weekends. He watches TV after dinner. For negative sentences, subject plus do, does not plus. Base form of the verb do not, don't, is used with I, you, we, they. Does not, doesn't, is used with he, she, it. Examples: I don't like coffee. She doesn't drive to work. We don't live in the city. He doesn't study at night. For questions, do, does, plus subject plus base form of the verb. Use do with I, you, we, they. Use does with he, she, it. Examples: do you speak English? Does he play basketball? Do they work from home? Does she enjoy reading? 2. Uses of the present simple tense. A. Habits and routines. Used to talk about actions that happen regularly or habits. Examples: I get up at 7 a.m. every day. She visits her grandparents every weekend. B. Facts and general truths. Used to state facts or truths that are always valid. Examples: the sun rises in the east. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. C. Fixed arrangements. Can be used to talk about events scheduled in the future, e.g., timetables. Examples: the train leaves at 6 p.m. The meeting starts at 10 a.m. D. Thoughts and feelings. Used to describe feelings, emotions, thoughts, and opinions. Examples: I believe in hard work. He feels tired today. 3. Irregular verbs in present. Simple. Most verbs follow the basic rule, but some verbs are irregular, especially the verb to be. Examples: I am a student. She is happy. They are my friends. 4. Spelling rules for verbs with he, she, it. Add s, work, works, play, plays. Add as for verbs ending in chi, she, x, s, o. Watch, watches, go, goes change, I too, IEs. If the verb ends with a consonant, plus y. Study, studies, try, try. Present continuous tense. The present continuous tense, also known as present progressive tense, is used to describe actions that are happening right now or actions that are ongoing. It can also be used to describe future plans or arrangements. 1. Structure of the present. Continuous tense. For positive sentences, subject plus am is, are, plus verb, ing form. Use am with I. Use is with he, she, it. Use are with you, we, they. Examples: I am eating lunch right now. She is reading a book. They are playing soccer. He is studying for his exam. For negative sentences, subject plus am is are plus not plus verb, ing form. Examples: I am not going to the party tonight. He is not watching TV. They are not working today. We are not traveling tomorrow. For questions, am is are plus subject plus verb, ing form. Examples: Are you working on your project? Is she coming to the meeting? Am I doing this right? Are they playing football? 2. Uses of the present continuous tense. A. Actions happening right now. Used to describe actions that are taking place at the moment of speaking. Examples: I am writing a letter now. She is talking on the phone. B. Temporary actions. Describes actions or situations that are temporary, even if not happening right at this moment. Examples: I am living with my parents for the summer. He is working on a project this week. C. Future plans and arrangements. Used to describe future plans that have already been made or arranged. Examples: We are meeting them tomorrow. She is flying to New York next week. D. Actions happening around the present moment. Describes actions that are not happening exactly at the moment of speaking, but around this time. Examples: I am reading a great book these days. They are studying hard for their exams. 3. Spelling rules for ing form. 1. For most verbs, just add ing, play, playing, eat, eating. For verbs ending in e, drop the e and add ing, make, making, drive, driving. 3. For one-syllable verbs ending in a consonant-vowel consonant, double the last consonant and add ing, run, running, sit, sitting. 4. For verbs ending in ie, change the ie to y and add ing, lie, lying, die, dying. 4. Common time expressions used with present continuous. Now. She is working now. At the moment. They are talking at the moment. Currently. He is currently studying for his exams. Right now. I am reading a book right now. 5. Difference between present simple and present continuous. Present simple describes habitual actions or facts, e.g., I drink coffee every morning. Present continuous describes actions happening right now or temporary situations, e.g., I am drinking coffee right now. Present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to describe actions or events that happened at some point in the past, but have relevance to the present moment. It can also describe actions that started in the past and continue into the present. 1. Structure of the present perfect tense. For positive sentences, subject plus have, has, plus past participle, V3 form. Use have with I, you, we, they. Use has with he, she, it. Examples: I have finished my homework. She has visited London several times. They have moved to a new house. He has worked here since 2018. For negative sentences, subject plus, have, has plus, not plus, past participle. Examples: I have not, haven't, eaten lunch yet. She has not, hasn't, traveled abroad. They haven't seen that movie. He hasn't finished his assignment. For questions: have, has plus, subject plus, past participle. Examples: have you been to Japan? Has he completed the project? Have they visited the museum? Has she read that book? 2. Uses of the present perfect tense. A. Actions or events with a connection to the present. Describes past actions that are still relevant to the present moment or whose consequences are felt now. Examples: I have lost my keys. They are still lost. She has just arrived. She's here now. They have already eaten. They aren't hungry anymore. B. Experiences in life without specifying when. Used to describe actions or experiences without focusing on when they happened. Examples: I have visited Paris twice. He has never seen snow. They have tried sushi before. C. Actions that started in the past and continue in the present. Describes actions that began in the past and are still ongoing or relevant. Examples: she has lived in New York for 5 years. She still lives there. We have known each other since childhood. He has worked here for a long time. D. Recently completed actions. Used for actions that were completed very recently, often with the adverb just. Examples: I have just finished my homework. They have just left the house. 3. Common time expressions used with present. Perfect, ever, never. Have you ever been to Italy? I've never been there. Already, she has already seen that movie. Just, they have just arrived. Yet, in negative sentences, questions. I haven't finished my work yet. Have you done it yet? For plus period of time, I have lived here for 10 years. Since plus point in time, he has worked here since 2020. 4. Difference between present perfect and past simple. Present perfect is used when there is a connection to the present or the time of the action is unspecified, e.g., I have seen that movie. Past simple is used when the action is complete and the time is specific, e.g., I saw that movie last week. 5. Examples for practice. 1. I have finished my book. Relevant now. 2. She has traveled to Japan. Experience, unspecified time. 3. We have lived here for 3 years. Ongoing action. 4. They haven't eaten dinner yet. Negative. Present. Perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous tense is used to describe actions or situations that started in the past and have continued up until the present, or have recently stopped but have an effect in the present. It emphasizes the duration or continuity of the action. 1. Structure of the present perfect. Continuous tense for positive sentences. Subject plus have, has plus been plus verb, ing form. Use have with I, you, we, they. Use has with he, she, it. Examples. I have been working here for 5 years. She has been studying since morning. They have been playing soccer all day. He has been reading that book for hours. For negative sentences, subject plus have, has plus, not plus, been plus verb, ing form. Examples. I haven't been sleeping well lately. She hasn't been practicing piano regularly. They haven't been working on the project. He hasn't been feeling well this week. For questions, have, has, plus, subject, plus, been plus, verb, ing form. Examples. Have you been waiting long? Has she been exercising regularly? Have they been working on the report? Has he been cooking all morning? 2. Uses of the present perfect continuous tense. A. Actions that started in the past and continue into the present. Describes actions that began in the past and are still ongoing at the time of speaking. Examples. I have been living here for 2 years. I still live here. They have been studying since 8 a.m. They are still studying. B. Actions that recently stopped but have present effects. Describes actions that were ongoing until recently and may have a visible result or effect now. Examples. She has been crying. Her eyes are red. They have been running. They're out of breath. C. Focus on duration. Often used to emphasize how long an action has been happening. Examples. Were you studying when I called? Was she dancing at the party? Were they playing outside? Was he sleeping at noon? 2. Uses of the past continuous tense. A. Actions in progress at a specific time in the past. Describes an action that was happening at a particular moment in the past. Examples. At 8 p.m. last night, I was watching a movie. She was cooking when the phone rang. B. Parallel actions in the past. Describes 2 or more actions happening simultaneously in the past. Examples. While I was studying, my sister was listening to music. They were playing soccer while we were reading. C. Interrupted actions. Describes a longer action that was interrupted by a shorter action, often expressed in the past simple tense. Examples. I was sleeping when the phone rang. She was driving home when she saw the accident. D. Background information. Sets the scene in a story or describes the background of an event. Examples. It was raining heavily and the streets were flooded. People were waiting in line and the mood was tense. 3. Common time expressions used with past continuous. When plus past simple, I was eating dinner when she arrived. While plus past continuous, she was singing while I was playing the piano. At that time, He was working in New York at that time. All day night. They were traveling all night. 4. Examples for practice. 1. I was walking to school when it started raining. Interrupted action. 2. They were talking during the meeting. Action in progress. 3. Was she studying when you arrived? Question. 4. We weren't listening to the teacher. Negative. 5. Difference between past simple and past continuous. Past simple is used for completed actions in the past, e.g., I saw him yesterday. Past continuous is used for ongoing actions in the past, e.g., I was seeing him when it started raining. Past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is used to describe an action that was completed before another action or event in the past. It is often used to show that one action happened before a specific time or another action in the past. 1. Structure of the past. Perfect tense. For positive sentences. Subject plus. Had plus past participle. V3 form. Examples. I had finished my homework before dinner. She had already left when I arrived. They had completed the project by the time the boss came. He had studied for hours before the exam started. For negative sentences, subject, Pooh had plus, not plus, past participle. Examples. I had not, hadn't, seen him before the party. She hadn't finished her work by the deadline. They hadn't met each other before the conference. He hadn't studied for the test, so he failed. For questions. Had plus subject plus past participle. Examples. Had you eaten before you went out? Had she left before you arrived? Had they finished their homework before class? Had he worked in that company before moving here? Two. Uses of the past perfect tense. A. Actions completed. Before another action in the past. The past perfect shows that one action was completed before another action happened in the past, usually in the past simple. Examples. I had already eaten when they arrived. First, had eaten. Second, arrived. She had finished her work before the meeting started. They had left the party before we got there. B. Actions completed. Before a specific time in the past. Used to describe actions completed before a certain time in the past. Examples. By 8 p.m., they had finished the presentation. We had already packed our bags before the flight. C. Giving reasons or explaining the cause of something in the past. Describes why something happened based on an earlier event. Examples. She was tired because she had been studying all night. He failed the exam because he hadn't prepared well. 3. Common time expressions used with past perfect. Before. I had finished the book before I watched the movie. By the time she arrived, I had already left. Already. They had already eaten before the meeting. When. When we got there, they had left. Just. He had just finished when the phone rang. 4. Examples for practice. 1. By the time I got to the station, the train had left. Completed before another action. 2. She had never seen the ocean before her vacation. First time experience before a point in the past. 3. We hadn't met before the party. Negative. 4. Had they finished the project before the deadline? Question. 5. Difference between past simple and past perfect. Past simple describes a completed action in the past without focusing on the order of events, e.g., I saw him yesterday. Past perfect continuous tense, the past. Perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action that started in the past and continued for some time before another action or event in the past. It emphasizes the duration or ongoing nature of the action that occurred before a specific time or another action in the past. 1. Structure of the past. Perfect continuous tense. For positive sentences, subject plus, had plus been plus verb, ing form. Examples. I had been studying for 3 hours when the exam started. She had been working at the company for 5 years before she left. They had been playing soccer for an hour when it started raining. He had been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes before it arrived. For negative sentences, subject plus, had plus, not plus, been plus, verb, ing form. Examples. I had not, hadn't, been feeling well before the doctor came. They hadn't been working on the project for long before they took a break. She hadn't been living in the city for very long when she decided to move again. We hadn't been practicing enough before the game, so we lost. For questions. Had plus subject plus been plus verb, ing form. Examples. Had you been studying before the test started? Had they been waiting for long when the bus arrived? Had she been working at the company for years before she resigned? Had we been practicing enough before the competition? Two. Uses of the past perfect continuous tense. A. To show actions continuing. Before another action in the past describes an action that had been happening for a duration before another action in the past, usually in the past simple. Examples. I had been reading for an hour when the power went out. She had been cooking dinner for 2 hours before her guests arrived. They had been playing football for 30 minutes when it started to rain. B. To emphasize the duration of an action. Highlights how long an action had been happening before something else occurred. Examples. We had been waiting for the bus for 20 minutes before it finally came. He had been working on the project for weeks before the deadline was extended. C. To explain the cause of something in the past. Describes an ongoing action that explains the reason or background for another event in the past. Examples: she was tired because she had been working all day. They were exhausted because they had been hiking for hours. 3. Common time expressions used with past perfect. Continuous, for plus duration. He had been working for 5 hours when he took a break. Since plus point in time, they had been living in New York since 2010 before they moved. When? She had been studying for hours when her friends arrived. By the time we arrived, they had been playing for 2 hours. 4. Examples for practice. 1. I had been reading the book for days before I finished it. Action continuing before another action. 2. They had been working on the project for weeks before the deadline. Emphasizing duration. 3. She hadn't been studying much before the exam, so she didn't do well. Negative. 4. Had you been waiting long when the bus finally arrived? Question. 5. Difference between past perfect and past perfect continuous. Past perfect focuses on an action that was completed before another action, e.g., I had finished my homework before dinner. Past perfect continuous focuses on the duration or ongoing nature of an action that happened before another action, e.g., I had been doing my homework for 2 hours before dinner. Future simple tense. The future simple tense is used to describe actions or events that will happen in the future. It is often used for decisions made at the moment of speaking, predictions, promises, offers, or future plans. 1. Structure of the future. Simple tense, for positive sentences, subject. Plus will plus base form of the verb. Examples: I will call you tomorrow. She will visit her parents next week. They will go to the party tonight. We will study together later. For negative sentences, subject plus will plus not, won't, plus base form of the verb. Examples: I will not, won't forget to bring the book. He won't attend the meeting tomorrow. They won't participate in the competition. She won't go to the concert. For questions, will plus subject plus base form of the verb. Examples: will you help me with my homework? Will they come to the party? Will she visit her grandparents this weekend? Will he finish the report by tomorrow? Two. Uses of the future simple tense. A. For decisions made at the moment of speaking. Used when you make a decision spontaneously, without prior planning. Examples: I'm tired. I will go to bed now. It's cold. I will close the window. B. For predictions about the future. Used for predictions based on what you think, believe, or imagine will happen. Examples: it will rain tomorrow. I think she will pass the exam. C. For promises, offers, and threats. Used when making promises, offers or threats about the future. Examples: I will help you with your project. Offer: I will always love you. Promise: if you don't stop, I will tell the teacher. Threat. D. For future plans. Sometimes used for plans, although going to is more commonly used for future intentions. Examples: I will travel to Paris next month. They will meet us at the station tomorrow. 3. Common time expressions used with future. Simple: tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Next, week, month, year. She will graduate next year. Soon. They will leave soon. In plus time period. We will finish the project in 2 days. Later. I will call you later. 4. Examples for practice. 1. I will visit my grandparents next weekend. Future plan. 2. She won't attend the party tomorrow. Negative. 3. Will you help me with this task? Question. 4. He will finish the report by tomorrow. Promise. 5. Difference between future simple and other future forms. Future simple, will. Used for spontaneous decisions, predictions, and promises, e.g., I will help you. Going to. Used for planned actions or intentions, e.g., I'm going to visit my grandparents. Present continuous. Used for definite, arranged plans, e.g., I am meeting my friend tomorrow. Future continuous tense. The future continuous tense, also known as the future progressive tense, is used to describe actions that will be ongoing at a specific time in the future. It emphasizes the duration or progress of an action in the future. 1. Structure of the future. Continuous tense. For positive sentences, subject. Plus will be plus verb, ing form. Examples: I will be studying at 8 p.m. tonight. She will be working from home tomorrow. They will be traveling to Paris next week. We will be watching a movie this evening. For negative sentences, subject plus, will not, won't, be plus verb, ing form. Examples: I won't be going to the party tonight. He won't be working tomorrow. They won't be visiting us next weekend. She won't be attending the meeting. For questions, will plus subject plus be plus verb dashing form. Examples: will you be studying later tonight? Will they be traveling to Spain next summer? Will she be working on the project tomorrow? Will we be watching the game later? Two. Uses of the future continuous tense. A. Actions in progress at a specific time in the future. Describes actions that will be happening at a particular time in the future. Examples: at 10 a.m. tomorrow, I will be taking my exam. She will be working at this time next week. This time next month, we will be traveling through Europe. B. Parallel actions in the future. Describes two or more actions happening simultaneously in the future. Examples: While you will be studying, I will be cooking dinner. They will be playing football while we will be reading. C. Polite or indirect. Questions about someone's future plans. Used when asking politely about someone's future plans or availability. Examples. Will you be using the car tomorrow? Will she be attending the meeting? D. Assumptions or guesses about future actions. Used to make assumptions or predictions about what someone will be doing at a certain time in the future. Examples. She will be sleeping by now, so don't call her. They will be arriving soon, I'm sure. Three. Common time expressions used with future. Continuous. At this time, tomorrow, next week. I will be working at this time tomorrow. In the future, they will be traveling a lot in the future. When plus simple present. When you arrive, I will be waiting. Later. We will be seeing them later today. Four. Examples for practice. 1. At 9 p.m. tonight, I will be watching my favorite TV show. Specific time. 2. He won't be attending the meeting tomorrow. Negative. 3. Will you be using the computer later? Question. 4. By next year, they will be living in a new city. Future plan. 5. Difference between future simple and future continuous. Future simple describes actions that will happen at a specific point in the future without emphasizing duration, e.g., I will eat dinner at 7 p.m. Future continuous describes actions that will be ongoing at a specific point in the future, emphasizing that the action will be in progress, e.g., I will be eating dinner at 7 p.m. Future perfect tense. The future perfect tense is used to describe actions that will be completed at or before a specific time in the future. It focuses on the completion of an action by a certain point in time. First, structure of the future. Perfect tense. For positive sentences, subject plus will have plus past participle, V3 form. Examples. By next year, I will have graduated from university. She will have finished the project by tomorrow. They will have left by the time we arrive. We will have completed the assignment by the deadline. For negative sentences, subject plus will not, won't have plus past participle. Examples. I won't have finished my work by 5 p.m. He won't have completed the report before the meeting. They won't have arrived by noon. She won't have cleaned the house by the time you get home. For questions, will plus subject plus have plus past participle. Examples. Will you have completed your homework by tomorrow? Will they have finished the project by the deadline? Will she have arrived by the time the movie starts? Will he have written the article by the end of the day? Two. Uses of the future perfect tense. A. Actions completed. Before a specific time in the future, describes actions that will be completed before a certain point in the future. Examples: by 8 p.m., I will have finished my homework. She will have left for the airport by the time you get home. They will have moved into their new house by next month. B. Actions completed. Before another future. Action describes an action that will be finished before another action takes place in the future. Examples: I will have eaten dinner before they arrive. By the time you wake up, I will have left for work. Three. Common time expressions used with future perfect. By a specific time. I will have completed the project by tomorrow. Before. She will have left the office before 5 p.m. By the time. By the time you arrive, I will have finished the meeting. In plus time period. They will have traveled to 5 countries in 3 months. 4. Examples for practice. 1. By the end of the year, I will have saved enough money for my vacation. Completed action before a future time. 2. He won't have finished his work by 10 p.m. Negative. 3. Will they have arrived by noon? Question. 4. By next summer, we will have moved to a new house. Completed action. 5. Difference between future simple and future perfect. Future simple focuses on an action that will happen in the future, e.g., I will finish my homework tomorrow. Future perfect emphasizes that an action will be completed by a specific time in the future, e.g., I will have finished my homework by tomorrow. Future perfect continuous tense, the future. Perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action that will be ongoing for a certain duration before a specified time in the future. It emphasizes the duration of an action that will have continued up to a certain point in the future. 1. Structure of the future. Perfect continuous tense. For positive sentences, subject plus will have been plus verb, ing form. Examples: by next year, I will have been working at this company for 5 years. She will have been studying for 3 hours by the time the exam starts. They will have been traveling for 6 months by the end of the year. We will have been living in this city for a decade by 2030. For negative sentences, subject plus will not, won't have been plus verb, ing form. Examples: I won't have been working here long enough by the time the promotion happens. He won't have been waiting for more than an hour when we arrive. They won't have been practicing long enough to win the competition. She won't have been sleeping by the time you get home. For questions, will plus subject plus have been plus verb, ing form. Examples: will you have been studying for 3 hours by the time the test begins? Will they have been working on this project for 6 months by next year? Will she have been traveling for a long time by then? Will he have been living in the city for 10 years by next July? 2. Uses of the future perfect continuous tense. A. To show duration of an action. Before a certain time in the future describes an action that will have continued for some time before a specific point in the future. Examples: by 5 p.m., I will have been studying for 3 hours. By next month, they will have been working on the project for a year. By the end of this year, she will have been teaching at the school for 10 years. B. To emphasize the length of time of an action in the future. Highlights how long an action will have been happening before a future event or time. Examples: he will have been waiting for over 2 hours by the time the bus arrives. They will have been living abroad for 5 years by the time they return home. Three. Common time expressions used with future perfect. Continuous, by plus a specific time. I will have been working here by next month. For plus a period of time. They will have been traveling for 6 months by then. Before, she will have been studying for hours before the exam starts. By the time you arrive, we will have been waiting for an hour. Four. Examples for practice. 1. By the end of this year, I will have been working at this company for 10 years. Duration of action. 2. They won't have been practicing enough by the time the competition begins. Negative. 3. Will she have been studying for 4 hours by the time the test starts? Question. 4. By next week, we will have been preparing for the event for 2 months. Length of time. 5. Difference between future perfect and future perfect. Continuous. Future perfect focuses on the completion of an action before a specific time. E.g., I will have finished my homework by 8 p.m. Future perfect continuous emphasizes the duration of an action that will be ongoing before a specific time. E.g., I will have been studying for 3 hours by 8 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.